with Dad, it was hard love. I mean, it was his way. But to break it down, if Dad wasn't dead, we wouldn't be the men that we are. So I mean, at the end of the day, he had kids to raise, bills to pay, and he did it. I mean, we can't express how much we miss him. And I say, I'm proud of him to be the father that he was. I mean, we definitely had our days, had our moments, good and bad. But I would do anything I could to bring. If there was something I could do, I would do it to bring him back. But unfortunately, it's not possible. But that's another thing that keeps us going, is just remember the good times. I don't know if you got something to add or not.
Well, we took after Dad. Dad drove truck, and both of us did the same thing. So it's a great thing to have remember by.
Oh, I'm the oldest. Before my time, he drove truck. I remember being a young kid, my brother being a baby, and Dad pulling in the air with a cab over. Then he wanted to be more at home more with us as growing up, so he switched to a different career. And then once we were grown up and basically ready to go on our own, he went back to trucking. We each made some trips with him down through the states, long hauling. I was as far as Georgia with him. It was definitely a different son and dad relationship in the truck. It was at home. Sometimes you couldn't spend 3 days together, and you were chewing at one another. And then being in a truck for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, there was no getting away from him or him getting away from you. There wasn't a moment in the truck that I wanted to get away from him. So it was a whole different
Bond.
Yeah, that's the word. His favorite truck was Freightliner. That's I don't know why. He never really said why. It just that was his truck. He see Peterbilt's. He would say, "Well, it's a nice truck, but it's not a Freightliner." And he was in the truck with us. He was happy, but when Mom was in the truck with him and them two was together, he was in his place.
He didn't want to come. Didn't matter when he come home. Then they were just enjoyed being together.
The best way to describe Mom and Dad, Mom was 70, Dad was 74. They're the same as two 17-year-olds. They went out in public. They were hand to hand walking down the street. Once they were retired and went and bought the retirement home, they didn't go nowhere without the other. And if there's any good out of this, which there isn't, but if you try to take some good out of this, it's the fact that they died together. They're still together. And they will stay together because my brother and I are putting them in an urn together. Mom was the best. She was number one in our eyes. I mean, we were brought up like they brought us up. You do not backmouth your mother. If you got something to say, you go to him. If we did backmouth our mother, we knew it. But like I said, Mom. Without Mom and Dad, we wouldn't be the men we are. It's not just Dad or just Mom. It's the two of them. They was a team. I mean, Dad was on the road. It was Mom to look after us, and she had her hands full with the two of us. I mean, we wasn't no angels, but for her to do what she did, she raised us. I mean, hats off to her. And I definitely didn't make her life easy, and or neither did Corey, but we did our chores, and I wish both of them were still here, but that's, I mean...
Mom, she loved to cook, and and
Yeah.
our lemon meringue pies that she used to make, and pumpkin pies for me, and just all that stuff. Like she cooked at a lot of places. Hill Cheese when they was open, Rope Loft,
Can
Glass, Can Excel, but always loved her cooking.
To me, that's where she got her joy. It was being with her family, being with her kids, her cooking, and definitely Dad.
And she did collect spoons. She was a spoon collector. When she doing Dad trucking, pretty much every estate or wherever they stopped, she'd have to pick up a spoon.
Oh yeah, if she was missing one place, she'd make sure she had that spoon. Like we divided up between the two of us, and I've got some of the spoon collection home, and he's got some of it. And you go through it. There's a spoon for every place they've been. Like the New Hampshire, New York, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Alabama. There's a spoon for all of them, and some of them there's even spoons for the towns, like in each state, right? If they went into, like Dad and I was down, we went down past Atlanta, Georgia. We didn't go into Atlanta, but we went past it, so we had to get a spoon that said Atlanta onto it because we went past it for Mom. So we went to Georgia, so we had to have a spoon for Georgia. I mean, it's the memories like that. The last trip that I made with Dad, we stopped in the house for a minute because we picked a load up in Dartmouth and we were supposed to get to Digby to catch the ferry. And I was on the road with him 1 day short of 2 weeks, and he wasn't supposed to. Like, home wasn't scheduled, but we had quite a few hours before we had to catch the ferry. So we would have been sitting in Digby like 5 or 6 hours. So he said, "I'm going to stop home." So we stopped home, and it was snowing, and it was in the winter. Mom said, "Well, I'd like to go." So I jumped in the truck and grabbed my stuff, and I said, "Go ahead." And I got all my stuff out of the bunk, and Mom said, "Are you serious? Like, your trip ain't done?" I said, "Well, I've been gone 1 day short of 2 weeks. Like, if you want to go with Dad, I'm not going to stop you." So she got her stuff and jumped in the truck, and like Corey said earlier, that's one of the trips. I do believe they were gone for almost 2 months. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the trips. It was a long haul.
They called us all every day, but
always called us, and they always had joy in their voices, the pair of them. Mom would tell us what they seen that day, or where they went, or if they had a close call with somebody not paying attention, pulled out in front of the rig, or how many spoons she bought that day. But it was getting to the point that we were missing them. They were gone that long, and Dad retired. Well, Dad's heart got bad, so they chose to retire and move to Portapique. I mean, it's a gorgeous spot, quiet spot. The dream is something like this, and especially in a spot like that. But even to think about it happening in Nova Scotia. It's not just the provinces they're hurting with. It's all Canada. It's all U.S. I've had people reach out to me through Facebook and Messenger. People I've never heard of, people I don't know, all across Canada, and people from the U.S. It's and like I say, it's very overwhelming.
Well, we never got a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, and with the COVID-19, it's even harder because my wife and I was there 3 weeks before that, and I wouldn't go in the house because I didn't know if I was a carrier. They wouldn't go anywhere if they were scared to death because of their age. If they would have got it, they're at least to make it through it. So I didn't want them to get sick because of me if I was a carrier. So the wife and I stayed outside. They did come out. We talked, and anytime we left, we always gave them a hug. So we wouldn't hug them, and I got that on my conscience. I mean, if I would have known, I wouldn't have let go. And if it wasn't for COVID, they might not have been home. They could have been at his place, or they might have been at my house, because they did come down that time of year quite a bit. Like, it was getting close, like around Easter time, Mother's Day. They were usually at one of our places, and I mean, it wasn't far from Mother's Day. So I say there's bad. I mean, everybody has bad times, bad thoughts, but you, in a case like this, you block them out. I mean, like I say, if it wasn't for Dad, I wouldn't be the man I am, and same with Mom. So it's, everybody has their choose. I mean, it's no different than me and my brother when we were growing up. We had our spits and spats and fights, and right now, we couldn't do it without each other.
Give each other a hug?
Oh God, yes.
Give each other a hug now.
Damn right I will.